Barlow was characterized as the bouncer. Therefore, at that particular time when we saw that, we raised an issue that when you characterize an hyper as a bouncer, then definitely you've already skewed the investigation that you do. Initially, you would see that the first respondent, Mr. Alan Ochieng, also known as Barlow, was characterized as the bouncer. Therefore, at that particular time when we saw that, we raised an issue that when you characterize an hyper as a bouncer, then definitely you've already skewed the investigation that you do. It is also important to note that criminal justice system does not begin in court. Many people only come to court to cleanse those who are culpable. First of all, let me say that I'm very sorry for the family of the late, is called who? The officer? The family of the late, that he met his life untimely, but we are afraid that he will never get justice, because what you are seeing today is already a sham. You are being treated to a sham as a nation, whereby you would see that those who would help the family of the late to get their right and justice are already released and have already been turned to be the state witnesses. Therefore, we are afraid that when you talk of public interest, it does not mean that you arrest anyone and then you treat the public with a sham, and then you release some people and you look for. First of all, it is important to note that one who has been charged today is charged because of his poverty. He comes from Kibera. That was what we can speak. It means that if you don't have money in this country, then even investigation does not stand with you. That is what we want to raise. And with that, I would let the other council also to speak before I invite our senior.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for this moment. We wish to reiterate this position as the team for the representation of the first respondent. My name is Ms. Angano, appearing alongside my senior here. But what we would want to say is that we put it in record for the entire country, for the entire justice system, that the letter and spirit of the Constitution under Article 49 should be adhered to everyone. And the framers of our Constitution did not arrive to this decision and to this article for specified person. Our client, who has now been left in the course of this justice system, has been put in that situation because of so many factors, which will probably dealt with them later. But what we really want to put across in this moment is that we need to adhere to the letter and spirit of the Constitution. Let us not be swayed by the matter of public opinion and public interest. Let us push the Constitution to the core, and whatever is the outcome of this situation is that we are going to push and to make sure that we serve justice, not just to our client and to the victims, situation, but for the rest of the country, so that each and every one of us can be able to know that whenever you have an issue, you are being put across to the proper justice system. My senior has reiterated that the criminal procedure is not just the court situation. The criminal procedure starts with the complaint, then there's the most important investigation point that the police, the DCI, and all the required entity are supposed to adhere to, so that they can be able to come out with an investigation that can be able to be put across court, so that this person can put the defense and be able to be charged, and each and every one of us will look at it from the face of it, that indeed this person was gone through the criminal justice system. But if the process has been flawed, me and you know that we cannot say that the decision that will be achieved at, or rather reached at, once a flawed system has been occurred, can be good. We know all the situation, we know all the circumstance, and we are going to team up to prepare and to make sure that this process has gone through the required situation, and we come up with the proper justice system for both parties. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. My name is Jasper Lubeto. I was actually leading the respondents team as far as the first respondent is concerned. And I want to first start by giving a disclaimer. This matter is still very much alive, and we are doing this within the context of giving information to the public, because then information must circulate. And we want to encourage the media. You had picked this issue from the get-go, when all the 7 parties were presented in court as respondents. As you're aware now, 6 of them have been discharged. We are going to expect the media to give this matter the same attention it was giving before, when we had the 6 respondents. I say that because we have seen a pattern that has been orchestrated. In that sense, I associate myself with what my colleagues have said. In the first instance, when our client, now the accused person in this matter, was arrested, he was blatantly beaten up. And he was the only one who was beaten up among the 7 respondents. Secondly, he was detained separately at Kabete police station, while the other 3 were detained at Mudangari, and the other 3 detained at Riruta. So we already saw that there was a common thread to isolate our client, the accused person in this matter, and place the blame and the responsibility on it. And you can see also, it was also circulated around that he was a bouncer. Now you have seen, if you've heard about the information sheet that has been presented in court, he has been properly captured as an alias, the hype man. He has always been a hype man, he is not a bouncer, and we want the record to be set very clear as far as this issue is concerned. We shall continue to evaluate the evidence that the prosecution is relying on. As you've seen, the prosecution has already even contradicted itself here, while it is still sticking on the phones of the so-called witnesses. It is still sticking on the on the vehicle belonging to the so-called witnesses, and at the same time alleging that these are state witnesses. So we can already see a lot of contradictions in this matter. Of course, we do not want to canvass this matter in the public domain. We respect the process. Shortly, we are going to rush before the High Court, Superior Court in Kiambu, where our client will be arraigned as far as the matter, the plea taking is concerned. And we shall continue to ensure that we address the issues on a particular way. But we have confidence in the judicial system. We are aware that ultimately due process will be followed and our client will receive justice that he so deserves. So thank you very much, and we will continue to engage. I don't know if our family members who wanted to speak. Yes.
We are here as seen of the officer who was killed. Yes.
Naitwa May Achieng. Mimi ni mtetezi wa haki za kibinadamu na mwanaharakati. Nataka kutoa pole zangu kwa familia ya mwenda zake, lakini nahofia sana kwamba inaonekana kwamba hatutapata haki. Tayari kuna dhana potovu ambazo tumeona kwenye koti hii. Tumeona kwamba tunabaguliwa. Ala ni mtoto ambaye nimemlea wakati mama yake aliaga. Ni mtoto ambaye amekuwa kwa mkono ya jamii. So tunaona kwamba tayari tunabaguliwa kwa sababu sisi hatujiwezi. Sisi hatujulikani. Dhana la kusema kwamba Alan alikuwa bouncer ambayo imekubaliwa na kila mtu, ili hali tunajua sisi wote mpaka vyombo vya habari vimempeleka kwenye station na hakuwa bouncer. So inakuwaje leo kwamba yeye ni bouncer? Ya pili, wanashikwa wote. Katiba ni wazi kwamba you are not guilty until proven. Mnashikwa kwa sababu mnashukiwa, alafu wengine wanateuliwa na wenzao. Yeye anapelekwa kwenye cell tofauti, wale wengine wanapelekwa kwenye cell tofauti. Nataka pia kusema mimi najua haki zangu msingi. We have right to information. Mimi kama mtu ambaye niko karibu sana na Balo, nafika hapa nikitarajia kwamba atakuwa arraigned in court. Kisha nasikia sijui amepelekwa wapi, na huuliza hakuna mtu ananiongelesha, hakuna mtu ananipatia majibu. Ninasikitika sana. Nasikitika sana, na ni bayana kwamba hapa kuna ukora, kuna utapeli, lakini sisi kama jamii na wanaharakati hatutanyamaza kimya na hatutaacha maovu itendeke tukiona. Tunaomba haki itendeke kwa familia ya mwenda zake, haki itendeke kwa Alan, na hata wale wanajiweza kwa vile wako na fedha pia wapate haki. Kama mtu amefanya makosa, tusiangalie akona nini, jina yake ni gani, akona pesa ngapi. Alan ni mtoto wa jamii, hatuna uwezo mkubwa, lakini tutatumia sauti zetu kueleza dunia nzima na Kenya kwamba tunataka haki kwake Balo. Asanteni sana.
Asanteni. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.